Good evening, and welcome to the Community Health and Medical Profession Champ Center Virtual Information Night. At this time, I will ask that you turn off your cameras, mute your microphones, and please be reminded that this meeting will be recorded. By continuing to be in the meeting, you are consenting to be recorded. Should you have any questions, please type your email address and those questions in the chat room, and we will address those at the end of the presentation. These goals reflect the school division strategies planned for all students to have a meaningful post-secondary outcome and choices. I want to say congratulations to those who have been offered into the Community Health and Medical Profession Center at Brook Point High School. Here at Champ Center, we do have 4 unique pathways where we're offering biomedical sciences, nursing, licensed practical nurse prep, Bachelor's of Science nursing prep, and mental health services. On this evening, the agenda does include the application process. I will also talk about the program overview. We go into the course sequences, logistics, and we'll hold those questions at the end in the chat. First, the program overview of the biomedical science. These 4 courses are prescribed and required in the pathway: the principles of biomedical sciences, human body systems, medical interventions, biomedical innovation capstone courses, where all courses are 1 credit. They meet for 1 class block on X or Y day. The licensed practical nursing prep pathway, it is an introduction to health and medical science courses, health assistant careers. These courses also are 1 credit courses. They meet for 1 class block on X or Y day. We do have Nurse Aid 1 and Nurse Aid 2. These are sequential courses where Nurse Aid 1 is in 11th grade. Nurse Aid 2 is a senior year course. These courses do carry 2 credits each. There are 2 class blocks that meets on X or Y day. And it's very important that attendance counts and that we do ask all students to be present and on time. In addition to the LPN prep pathway, we do ask students to have a Social Security number, immunization records to include TB and flu shot, a negative drug screen. Students will be issued a uniform, apron, white shoes with no logos, as well as analog watch. This is a 1-to-10 student ratio for all clinicals. Students are required to meet 140 hours prior to sitting for certification, which is a certified nurse assistant. And the 140 hours do include 100 hours of instructional seat time, followed by 40 hours of clinical. And it's also important to know that this program is governed by the Virginia Board of Nursing Requirements. So this is very important that students are present, attendance do count, and we do expect you to be on time every day. Our Bachelor's of Science nursing prep program as well, it does include the courses, Introduction to Health and Medical Sciences, Health Assistant Careers, DE Medical Terminology, and DE Psychology. Those are college credit bearing courses. Our last unique pathway is the mental health service. Those courses do include Introduction to Health and Medical Sciences, DE Medical Terminology, DE Psychology, and Mental Health Assistant Careers. Please refer to the Program of Studies for additional course description and credit courses. The application process, the first round notification did go out February 5th. The first selection deadline is February 21st. We do ask for you to log into Schoolmint in your account to accept 1 offer. You will click View Submitted Applications. Friendly reminder, accepting an offer do decline all other offers, including waitlist offers. For any offers received after February 5th, please check the expiration date in your account. You will find the Schoolmint link in the chat room as well. Transportation. Any rising 9th or 10th grade students that accepts an offer to attend a specialty center or program pathway will be required to transfer to the offering school. Rising 11th and 12th graders will choose to travel to their program. Transportation is provided between the home and school or between schools. Additional information includes students who transfer become full-time members of that school, including VHSL eligibility, including clubs, sports, and activities. Students who leave a center or program will return to their zoned high school. Any students wishing to transfer into a different pathway at their center may make that request if space is available. Scheduling will be completed by the center counseling team. Also, I want to remind you that in the chat, we have provided a link for the program of studies for your review. This now concludes our presentation. We will now refer to the chat for any questions at this time. Also, please indicate your email address with your question. I would also like to acknowledge that we do have our wonderful two teachers, Deb Abermatis from Brook Point High School. She's one of our health and medical science teachers, as well as Amanda Collette. If you guys can also come on camera. So they are present here to ask any questions specific to their pathways, the biomedical science, as well as the nurse aid program, the pathways. Okay. Question, do we know when we will find out about our bus stops? I'll be more than happy to share that question with our team, and that answer will be, respond to you by email.
Dr. Davenport, Ms. Neerman put inside the chat that we'll know closer to the start of the school year. Once students have confirmed, our transportation and logistic departments will identify that, and the goal of the transportation department is for students to have no more than a 90-minute transition between school, but every student will have a bus regardless of their address, is the commitment from our transportation department.
Thank you, Thea.
The other question in the chat says, how will students know on the wait, how does the student on the wait list work to be notified if they're chosen to be in the program? And Ms. Neerman put in the chat, waitlist students are notified via text or email as soon as space is open. And as Dr. Davenport said, you can please check the Schoolmint link where the student and families apply to the lottery to check your status, and notifications will be sent from there, and to your email and phone that you identified on that account.
Ms. Neerman has also specified in the chat, we do anticipate spaces opening on or after the February 21st deadline. In addition, the lottery will stay open for at least 1 month to continue to offer spaces. Can you repeat the information given about the LPN program and possibly pull that slide back up? Was there any specific question you needed answered? We do have our health and medical science teacher present here that can provide that information for you.
Ms. Sandoval is asking a question regarding the AP seminar and AP research. Ms. Collette, can you answer that question? Ms. Collette, you're muted.
Thanks. So in the biomed program, we have a capstone course, which is the senior year. In order to better prepare our students, there's also an AP capstone program that's also, I guess, available. So we wanted to add that into the biomed program so that those students are more prepared for doing their capstone. So they will take AP seminar as a junior, and then they'll do AP research as a senior. Did that answer your question, or did you have something more specific? To some degree, yes. The question was, is AP seminar and AP research based on biomed? We've already been doing the capstone program, and the curriculum that we use is going to their own capstone program. So since we already have the AP program in Stafford County, we felt like this would be the better, I guess, move for the students in the future. Seminar is 11th grade, and it's done mostly as a group. A lot of the work is done in groups. There's all the classes there are weighted, which some of that I guess is kind of being discussed now too. But so the AP classes are going to be a weighted class. So that's an extra benefit for the students toward their GPA. But the capstone program, it's AP capstone, and they can, because of the other AP classes that we will have in the biomed program, they will be eligible for an AP capstone diploma. So it's just making our students more, I don't know, what's the word? Help me out, guys. Making them more competitive for, I guess, the goals that they want. And we have a lot of students that would love to go to Johns Hopkins and Ivy League schools. And we just want to make sure that our program is best preparing them for those types of schools that they want to attend.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ms. Collette. To add on to that, the question asks, the seminar and research will be based on biomed, and what is a capstone program? So capstone programs are available all across several different programs in Stafford schools, and capstone basically means the ending product. So they take students take what they've learned throughout their 4 years learning on a particular program, and they do a culminating or ending project. The requirements for each one of those capstones may look slightly different, but the overall identification of a capstone is an ending project that students work on together. That's a culmination of what they've learned throughout their process of being inside this program or in a various program. Awesome, you're welcome. And there, if we could go back to the nurse aid slide, looks like there's a question in the chat regarding the nurse aid classes. And again, if you're interested in having this presentation directly to you, go ahead and put your email inside the chat and we can make sure that you get that directly to you.
Okay, looks like there are no more questions. Those have placed their email address in the chat. We will share the presentation with you. It will also be posted on our website as well. And if there's no more questions, we thank you for joining us this evening for the CHAMP Virtual Information Night.